Vanity washroom. As you can see, my vanity washroom need an upgrade, and there's no better way to do it than using epoxy. Yes, we're gonna use epoxy. I'm gonna use a black epoxy with some gold on it. I also gonna cover the sink itself. As you can see, this is a ceramic sink, and we're gonna try to cover it and see how that looks. So I already started the prep. I just took everything out. I'm gonna sand it, paint it, prime it, and then we'll do the epoxy. I'll show you the steps. Should be easy. Let's get into it. Prime. I used one coat. I think that should do. I want to show you something. The ceramic sink, as you can see, I can actually scratch the paint off, and I used here a prime bond for that reason, but we're gonna see at the end how that's gonna look. After the primer, I did the first coat of black. That's how it's look like. We're gonna do a second coat, and hopefully that should do. On the side is gonna be also black, so I'm gonna sand in between and probably gonna do 3 coats on that. The top is epoxy, so another coat should do. And that's after second coat. My advice to you, don't use a brush, use a roller. As you can see, there's marks from the brush. Anyway, we're gonna cover with epoxy, but if you're doing some paint, stick the roller. So we're ready for epoxy. That will be our next step. All taped and ready for the epoxy. I did 2 coats of black paint on top of the prime bond. I will not sand it because the epoxy is black and it will cover everything anyway. Let's start. There you go, it's been an hour after I put the epoxy, and now you can see that we're waiting for it to dry. That's how it looks like. Pretty good if you're asking me. I'm not an artist. I think I did a little bit mess with the gold here, but as for the way it looks, I think it's pretty good. And I don't think I even need a top coat as it's pretty shiny and clear. And so I think that's going to be the final results. We just wait for it to dry. And there you go, that's the final results for the epoxy black with gold. I really like how it's end up, as everything is shiny and level, looks amazing. I still have work to do here, like installing the golden faucet, do some wallpapers, but as for the vanity, I think it's turned up an amazing job. Tell me what you think.